Yo, what is going on, guys? It's your boy Dame and welcome back to a brand new video. In today's video we've got a plethora of zombie stories, including such as a brand new DLC1 characters have just been leaked. You've probably already heard about that. We've got Call of Duty's authenticity stamp system for zombies has been somewhat implemented. We've had huge updates and patch notes from Treyarch as well with fixes to the game, which we're not going to talk about too much in today's video, but we are going to talk about some of the information in the post they actually made. And not only that, we've had a bunch of actual content removed from Zombies, which we're also going to talk about in today's video, and reasonings behind why it might have been removed and why it might be returning in the future. So guys, if you do enjoy the video at any point, be sure to subscribe to the channel, and without further ado, let's get straight into that video. So the first story today is Zombies' authenticity stamp system has been implemented into the Call of Duty website. Now for me, it's not actually implemented yet, but it is implemented for certain players around the country. I'm in the UK, so it might be implemented in your country, but it's not in mine, or so it seems. This information is coming from Glitching Queen. She posted this on her Twitter. The picture I'm putting up now, I've blocked out the PSN because I don't know whose account this is, but if you want to see the original, I will link it in the bottom. But as you can see, if you go onto Call of Duty's actual website, we have this new system which says Black Ops Authenticity Stamp System. It reads, "Welcome to the Black Ops Authenticity Stamp entry page. Please enter the code provided along with your gamer tag to authenticate your latest zombie achievements in all their unique, fully customized glory. Thanks for playing." You get two options, one where you can put your gamer tag in and another option where you can put your zombies code in. Now I would assume your zombies code is going to be available in mutations when it's fully implemented. As of now, it is not fully implemented, but seeing that this is going up on the website, it would seem that it's going to be implemented in the very near future. And we've also been told by Treyarch, and it is confirmed, within the next up and coming few weeks or couple of weeks, we're going to have brand new content finally added into Zombies. What can we expect from this system? Well, of course, you're going to be able to do challenges. Now, what challenges and if they're going to be set in stone, we're not sure. It could be even the simple fact you make up your own challenges and you get a code for that particular challenge which says you've completed a Blood of the Dead Easter egg with sniper only, with running only zombies and no perks, and then you get put on to a particular list. Or it could already be a set list that they already have which requires you to do certain challenges, and then you will get your authenticity stamp at the end of the game, I assume. But as of right now, it's just speculation, but it is very cool to see finally the authenticity system that was promised way back is starting to be implemented bit by bit. The next story today, DLC1's characters have been leaked. So it's a bit of a spoiler alert, but I would assume you've seen a few videos on this already, and if you have and you don't want to find out anything else about this, then I will just skip forward a couple of minutes into our next story. But some characters have been leaked for the new storyline. As we know, one of the quality testers for Treyarch leaked out already that we're going to be getting a bunch of new characters, and here's the confirmation. I'm going to start putting some images on screen, and it seems like it's going to be an all-star studded cast, or at least it seems like that by the look of these particular characters. We got 4 characters in total, and we're going to take a little crack at exactly what characters or what in real life actors these could actually be, who's going to be their voiceover characters. We've got Lucy Lawless as the Gypsy Lady. If we move on, we've got a butler looking character as well, who looks very cool, and this one seems identical to Charles Dance, who is an amazing actor, and it's going to be absolutely awesome to see this guy in game. The next character we have looks like to be a character ripped straight out of Red Dead Redemption 2, and a lot of people are saying that this could be Keith Sunderland. Now Keith Sunderland, again, is an amazing actor and voiceover actor, and is actually already been in a Call of Duty game before. If you don't know, back in War at War, Keith Sunderland actually played Sergeant Roebuck, which is absolutely amazing, but it just confirms that he's already kind of in the Treyarch system. It's not 100% confirmation that this could be in, but the fact that he's already done voiceovers for Treyarch especially, it seems very plausible that this could be the voiceover character for our cowboy Red Dead Redemption looking character. The last character we have seems to be, I'm very bad with my history, but seems to be some sort of old sergeant or some sort of army guy back probably in the 40s, 50s. I'm not 100% sure, but this guy looks like it could be a guy called Brian Blessed. If you think it's somebody else, be sure to let us know in the comments down below. There is a discussion about a load of different characters of who this could be. but Brian Bless is pretty much the person that a lot of the community is saying that this guy looks like. Very excited to use these. It seems like it's going to be a star-studded cast, which in my opinion seems to bring a bigger audience in. If you take yourself back to Infinite Warfare, you always had that particular crowd that really enjoyed the actors that was in the game, or that was implemented into each DLC. And I think that's what made people actually enjoy Infinite Warfare a lot more as well, because every DLC you would get a different character that you may have grown up in your childhood, you may have watched the films about, you feel a connection with already before the game even come out. So it's going to be very, very cool to see what happens. As we know, DLC 1 is going to be taking place in a mansion that happens just after an after party as such. So it's going to be very, very cool to see what happens. And it seems like it's going to be coming very, very soon. It's possible by the time this video goes up, or just before or just after, we could have a trailer for DLC 1 as well, which is going to be awesome. Now, the next story today is very strange actually. Some calling cards have been removed from Zombies. Now, if you can remember on my last video back, we talked about 3 new calling cards, or the last 3 calling cards that were leaked Dark Ops challenges. They were all the facts, complete all the factions in Factions Calling Season 1. We had Stand Trial, which was complete trial number 1 for each of the first 3 maps. And we also had Zombie Dark Ops Master, which was complete all Dark Ops challenges. That brought us to a total of 13 Dark Ops challenges, and now we only have 12. Yep, they've actually removed a Dark Ops challenges. So straight away, we can probably take away the Zombies Dark Ops Master, which is complete all Dark Ops challenges. It's pretty evident that this one has not been removed. So the only ones that could have been removed is one called All the Facts, which is complete all the factions in Factions Calling Season 1, or Stand Trial, which is complete Trial 1 for each of the first 3 maps. Now, if I had to take a guess, I don't think Treyarch expected for these calling cards to be leaked, and we actually did find out there was going to be callings, seasons, and factions. Now, if worst comes to worst, and I highly doubt it because the community would turn in an instant, that they've removed factions and removed callings, and that is not going to happen. Hence why the face paints and the factions callings calling card has been removed from the game. Or they could have removed Stand Trials, which was complete trial 1 for each of the first 3 maps. This one could have also been removed. Again, this could have been trials for DLCs, and they figured that was a very bad move to have Dark Ops challenges for DLCs. It could even be the fact that this was unlockable on game, but it was broken, so they've actually taken it out of the game. If I had to guess though, it was probably something to do with factions, callings, and the Season 1. If we're talking about seasons, I would assume that Season 1, again, seasons were never mentioned from Black Ops or any of the developers. It was never mentioned. Seasons was never a thing. Factions were, and callings were, and it would seem to me that they were thinking about implementing seasons into Zombies, which would have been very, very cool. But because of all the upset with the blue screens, and they've had to put so much time into fixing the actual game itself, that they've probably scrapped the idea of seasons. It's not unlike game developers to scrap ideas midway through the season and take them out of the game. So it could be something they've scrapped entirely and just completely decided to take this calling card out. It could have been a calling card that was actually meant to be obtainable from day 1, but again, where they spent so much time trying to fix blue screens, they didn't have enough manpower to actually get onto working with the factions and callings. Hence, we're pretty much out of the first season. If there were seasons, we're pretty much out of the seasons, and to keep this calling card in and say it was Season 1 kind of just wouldn't work anymore. So my guess is they've probably taken this particular calling card out along with the face paints as well to implement the factions and call-ins from a fresh start, day 1, fresh start. I can't imagine seasons coming into the game now. It could still happen, but it would seem very unlikely, the fact that they've removed just one calling card for something that they are eventually going to implement in the game. Again, all of that could have been wrong, and it could just be the Stand Trial, and they've taken out the trials itself because possibly a bug that's already happened in game. The thing could already be obtainable in game, it just doesn't work. But let me know your thoughts and comments down below. It'd be very awesome to know your thoughts. Factions got to be coming soon, within the next couple of weeks, I could imagine. But let's get on to the last story. The last story today, Treyarch's made a huge update for the game. I'm not going to talk about the fixes and all the blue screen fixes, so I'm going to roll them on screen right now so you can just have a little look. If you want to pause the video and watch them, or click a link in the description to read the full patch notes, you're more than welcome. But I don't really just want to repeat it word by word from Reddit. But the most important thing they have noted on this particular post on Reddit was that they've added a host of stability improvements for Zombies to prepare for next week's big update. This post was posted 16 hours ago, so next week is pretty much next Tuesday. It includes new crash fixes specific to each map and additional fixes across the board. Stay tuned for more information on what's in store for Black Ops 4 Zombies experience starting next week. So next week is going to be the date where we're finally going to see some brand new content for Zombies. What are we expecting? There's a small list of things that we're expecting. So we've got factions, callings. Factions and callings are pretty much the same thing, it seems like. Don't know how it's going to work, but that's definitely something that's going to be implemented, or could be implemented, just before Christmas. Huge rumor, Nuketown Zombies could be coming before Christmas. There's been a huge rumor for a long time that there's going to be a new map before Christmas, and I would imagine if it's going to be any type of map, Nuketown Zombies is going to be the one. It's going to be a snowy map. I mean, it fits in with Christmas. It will be great for content just before Christmas. But that's something else that could also be implemented as well. DLC 1? Maybe, I'm not sure. There's rumors that there could be a trailer today. I don't know. We'll see. I'm going to say no for now, but it's very plausible that there could be a trailer today. It seems just about the right time for there to be a trailer. And business move wise, releasing a DLC 1 just before Christmas is just perfect timing for those Activision sales. But it would be a shame to have DLC 1 before Factions and Callings. It would also be a shame to have DLC 1 at the same time as Factions and Callings. So what would be nice is to have Factions and Callings first, then possibly the Nuketown map, and then the DLC 1 to keep the content flowing. I've seen a few people actually moan about the fact that the games are not made for YouTubers, and the games are not made for YouTubers to cover content. And no, you're right. But there's a lot of people that play Zombies apart from YouTubers, and we're not the only ones that want content to play. There's a lot of people out there that want content, not from making content or making videos, but they want content to play. The game is very stale right now, very stale. I find myself tunnel visioned into getting headshots at the minute. There is nothing to do with Zombies, nothing. The hate that previous games got is crazy to me with the amount of updates that it actually got. World War II was a little bit late in the season for adding things to do, but it still had character challenges to unlock and so forth. And though we have got Dark Ops in Black Ops 4, it just doesn't stack to the challenges that we actually had in World War II. A little bit disappointed with this season's Call of Duty so far. I am hoping they're going to implement a lot more and keep those regular updates coming like they promised. But who knows what the future could hold. Anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video. There's a lot of information. All links for all today's stories will be in the description. If you did enjoy today's video, be sure to leave a like. It is appreciated. Subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell as well. I hope you enjoyed the rest of your day. Fingers crossed for a trailer also today. But until the next one guys, this is your boy Dame, and I'm out.